good morning if you're on the West Coast, which is where our guest star for today is. We are going to be interviewing for our 32nd Ask Tamily interview, Tracy. Her Instagram name is ChangeGirl64, and I'm sending her an invite to join. We tested our connection earlier, so she should be joining in just 1 second. As a reminder, we do have questions planned for her, but we would love to hear live questions as well. Welcome, Tracy.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Happy Saturday to you.
Happy Saturday. Happy Ask Tamily Day.
Oh.
I'm so excited for us to have our 32nd Ask Tamily interview with you today. I can't even believe it. But thank you for joining us. We do have some questions planned for you, which we'll jump into in just a second. But we've already got some people joining our live stream, so we definitely want to invite questions from anyone that's watching, which is always very fun to take questions live.
Hi, Tamily.
We've got 18 people on here already.
Wow.
So we'd like to start with our favorite question, which is when and how did you start the Tracy Anderson method?
Okay. I started Tracy Anderson method in 2010. Prior to that, I was doing running. I was working out probably 5 to 6 times a week and running probably about 5 miles every day for a few years. I loved it. I loved the endorphin rise, everything about it. However, it really played havoc on my knees and my hips. And as much as I love to do it, I realized that I had to find another alternative way of exercising. And the funny thing is, I was on the couch one night and I fell asleep and I woke up and I saw an infomercial and it was Tracy Anderson, and it was in regards to her metamorphosis. And I was watching it, and I didn't purchase it at the time, and I was kind of curious. And then I saw it on QVC, and our lovely Lacey Carpenter was actually on it when I was watching. And I just thought it was a fabulous program, and I just loved Tracy. I thought she was just such a real trainer. The fact that she had been overweight herself, and a lot of these trainers aren't overweight, they are just basically, perfect. And I just felt she was a real person, and I just loved the way that she was describing the body centrics, and that really intrigued me. And so I actually purchased Hip Centric. I'd done that for 30 days. Then I thought to myself, I'm more glute centric, so I changed that once I went into continuity. And I'd done that for almost 3.5 years. And then I stopped, and I went through a lot of personal issues and kind of menopause and just lots of stuff going on in my life. And I got very depressed. I've gained so much weight, and I wasn't doing anything. I was actually barely getting out of bed. And I got to the point, and I kind of hit rock bottom, and I said to myself one day, I've got to get myself out of this funk. And I knew how much I loved Tracy Anderson's method, and I know it got me in pretty good shape before, and I wasn't expecting miracles or anything. I just wanted to feel healthy, and I just wanted to feel good again.
Yeah.
And so I started streaming, and I started with the beginners, and I remember the first time I done it, I think I cried. I think that I done it for like 5 minutes, and I'm thinking to myself, I'll never be able to do this. And I gradually started doing more and more each week, and now I'm up to 6 times a week. I do a chain, and that's the only class I do, and it's just been absolutely life-changing for me. It's just amazing,
Very wonderful. So how long has it been now that you've been streaming?
About just over 2 years.
Okay. Wow. So,
Yeah.
during that time, the last 2 years when you were streaming, and the 3.5 when you were doing continuity, how consistent were you then, and how consistent are you now?
In Metamorphosis, it was, my understanding, I'd done it 6 times a week. There was half an hour dance cardio, half an hour muscular structure. Like I said, I had bad knees, bad hips when I started, and I really couldn't do the dance cardio. So at the time, I went out and bought a rebounder, and I just basically followed along on the dance cardio on my rebounder, and that truly helped. However, in saying that, and I got myself in pretty good shape when I was doing Metamorphosis. However, streaming has been ultimately a game changer, and it actually, I think my body's responded better in streaming than it did in Metamorphosis. And I'm not sure now when I look back if it's because I was rebounding, because I think that was not giving me the true shape of her method. But I just think streaming is actually, for me, and I can't speak for everyone, but for me, it just has been a game changer, and it really has got me the best shape of my life. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, you do look amazing.
Thank you.
So now you do Attain, and do you ever do any type of, other cardio?
No, nothing. Once in a while, I just feel with the Attain class, especially over the last few weeks, it is very cardio driven.
Right.
And I look at some of the ladies on Tamily, and they're doing this and dance cardio, and I so admire them. Yeah. I mean, I just can't, I could not do that extra. I just, that 1 hour or 75 minutes is absolutely enough for me. Yeah. I just, 6 times a week,
right.
And at my age, seriously, it really is. So
yeah, for it to be that consistent and have an hour a day of this serious workout, definitely enough. I don't do dance cardio either.
No. You really don't want to see me do it. No.
We have a couple of questions in the chat. So, Nicole is typing in a question from Laura of Florida. I think it was on the Ask Tamily page. She said, "What are your typical daily meals?"
I eat very clean. That was one of the things I went through when I was coming out of my 2-year funk. Was to get my diet in order, and I eat very clean. I try to go as organic as possible. I do eat meat. Funny enough, a few years back, before all of this, I was vegetarian for a couple of years, and my body didn't respond well to that. And so meat's good for me. I eat a lot of vegetables. I don't eat grains. I don't have dairy. That was very inflammatory, those two, for me. I do take those out of my diet. I do like a glass of red wine, and I do like my dark chocolate.
Well, that sounds good to me. There's another question that we have from Tam at 51 in KC. She said, when do you work out, and how does it work with your day?
Okay. I get up at 5:15 on the weekday mornings. I get up, I get ready, my clothes are already set out, so all I have to do is put my clothes on, and I'm ready to go. I pull out my big mat, and I start about 5:30. It's usually done by about 6:30, and I'm done for the day. I mean, that to me is great. I don't have to worry about it. Do I have to get my workout in? This is the time that works for me, but I absolutely love it. It gets my day going, gives me energy for the day. It's just fabulous, yeah.
Could you tell us a little more about why you wanted to select the Tracy Anderson method versus other fitness methods?
Okay, I just love the gracefulness of it. The moves were nothing like I've seen on anywhere else. And I love it because it shapes you long and lean, and not, it doesn't bulk you up. And when I've done the exercises in the past, I've always had like a problem with my legs and, my thighs bulking up and stuff. This has been the only method for me, leg-wise, where it's really leaned me out. So, just think it's just perfect method.
So personally, what type of results have you seen over the years?
Okay, apart from the physical changes, doing her method has just given me so much more confidence. It helps with my energy levels. I feel so much better about myself. I just have a better outlook on life. I'm happy. It just, everything about this it just absolutely changed me. The Tamily, all the ladies, they're just incredible, and I'm just so inspired every day when I go on Instagram and I watch ladies working out. It's just incredible. It's a fabulous community.
Can you tell us anyone in particular that inspires you from the Tamily?
Oh my goodness, we'll be here forever, right? I think everybody inspires me. I mean, to pick just some people, no, I can't do that. I mean, as soon as I go on Instagram, I'm inspired by all of you, and Suzanne, you, I mean, every day, I mean, you're incredible. I mean, it's where do you begin? I mean, everyone's amazing.
I agree completely. We have a couple more questions coming in the chat from JC Burke. Do you ever do the bonus material?
I tried to do the glute-centric, and I think I'd done that for a couple of weeks, and it was just too much to do after Attain for me. I'm very happy with my results just doing Attain. I personally, let's put it this way, if I had the extra time to do it, maybe I would. But it is a lot. Sometimes if you're doing the Attain, it goes on for like 60, 70 minutes, and then on top of that, you're doing the centrics on top of that. That's quite a lot of, that's a lot of working out. And I know my sweet spot for myself is usually about an hour to 70 minutes a day. Anything over that, I find it inflames me. So I try to be careful of that too when I'm working out. So that's fine, just for me anyway.
Another question from JC. Did you join the premium streaming?
Yes.
Okay.
I love it.
About that, was that a game changer for you?
The premium, I love the muscular structure workshops that she does. I mean, that to me is just worth it. As I said, I don't do dance cardio, so I don't truly do those. I love the lectures. They are special, and I think it's a great add-on. Especially, I mean, even if you're doing metamorphosis, I believe that premium is just good to have, because I just think it just goes a little bit more in depth about her method, and it's I really enjoy it. I look forward to it every month.
Yeah, definitely. That extra information is amazing. Just amazing. I could listen to her all day. How do you personally get and stay motivated to work out so consistently?
Oh, okay. So I think it's hard to stay motivated every day. I mean, most days, especially when like the new classes go up, I feel really motivated. I'm going to get up in the morning and do my new class. I know sometimes towards the end of the week it gets a little, I always look at it this way. How do I feel if I didn't work out in the morning? And that generally gets me out of bed, because I know if I don't work out, my energy levels go right down.
Yeah.
And I like to keep my energy levels up. And I always say to myself, well, if I don't feel a day where I don't feel like working out, I say, okay, I'm going to get up 10 minutes, I'm just going to do arms. So I get up, do my arms, and then by 10 minutes, I'm going to do the whole thing. So it's kind of, that's how I get myself through. And also discipline too. You really, I keep thinking back to how I was, and that keeps me motivated too. And it's kind of like, that's my motivation to keep going. And also, every few months I see my body change better. I mean, I'm getting results even now, and I'm at goal and everything. And the results just keep getting better and better. And I just, that keeps me going.
Yeah, it is truly, truly amazing. Like, especially when we hear from people that have done this workout for, 8, 9, 10 years, and to keep seeing the results. That is
it just keeps getting better and better and better. And just when you think it can't get any better, it keeps going, and it's it's incredible. Yeah.
Do you personally have any workout partners?
Well, my husband is actually doing beginners.
Oh,
and he does it like 3 or 4 times a week. I don't have anyone actually in my town that does TAM. I don't think they know what TAM is. But I generally do love to. I try to like every 5 weeks now, and it's been something I've been implementing since last year. I do try to get down to the studio, and I meet a lot of the Tamily there, and Sharona and NC. Dance love Danielle. I just love to meet up with them, and we work out, do a class. It's fabulous. Yeah,
that's awesome. What a great opportunity to be able to, even if it's not down the street, but to have a studio.
Yeah, it is. I would say if you, I live about 2 hours away from that's the closest studio from me. But if you have a chance to ever take a class, I mean, it's incredible. I mean, the experience down there, it just gives you that whole different way of looking at it, But also in saying that too, I also realize how lucky we are in streaming to have that because, I just sometimes like to be by myself, watching the screen, doing my exercise, and it's great. You don't have to get up, get ready, go to the studio.
Right.
I love that option. It's just regular streaming.
Yeah, it's amazing everything that Tracy provides for us. Like, it all has its advantages. Like it's wonderful to be in a studio, but of course you're on top of people, and you're not in charge of the volume of the music or how hot the room is.
Yeah,
you have the benefit of doing it yourself too, just in the comfort of your own home.
Absolutely.
Beth would like to know if you can please share your Vitality Week experience.
Oh my goodness, it was surreal. One of the things on my bucket list was to do a Vitality Week, and my husband had actually said to me, if Tracy ever does one in LA, you're definitely going. And this is what happened last year. And I got a chance to go, and meeting the girls down there was an incredible experience because you chat online and you but actually meeting someone in person for real is incredible. Meeting Tracy, she's just a lovely, wonderful person. It was just an incredible experience, and we had the lecture with Dr. Siddiqui, which was incredible lecture, and the Clarity Cleanse. I've read that book. It's an incredible book, and it certainly has helped me. But it was just surreal. I mean, I always felt like a giddy teenager because I saw her when she first came into the room. It was like, and I was like, I gobsmacked. I didn't know, and it was like, oh my goodness. And she's just amazing,
Yep.
And she was very gracious, and she takes her time to answer your questions, and it was just an incredible experience. The funny thing was there was a lot of ladies in there, and when we started working out, I felt really bad because I think I kicked some. Well, I did kick someone behind me, and I was like, and she was so nice and very gracious about it, and I just felt so bad. But I guess you can't help your legs are going everywhere, and you got a little tiny bit of space, and it's
Yeah, I think that happens like at every Vitality Week.
I know. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and it kind of like you have to own your space, but you don't want to kick someone's teeth out,
Right. Yeah, you have to get like in sync with all.
Yeah.
So Liz would like to know, what do you eat before you do your workout every day?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. I jump out of bed. I do my workout on an empty tummy, and then about an hour after that, after I take my shower and everything, then I will have. I usually have a protein shake. Yeah.
Excellent. I'm just checking if there's another question. Okay. Elizabeth would like to know, Where are you from, and where do you live now?
Okay, I am English, but I live in California, and I've been living out here for about 30 years, 30 plus years.
Well, we love your accent.
It's so funny because when I go back, they say, "Oh, you sound so American," and out here they say, "Well, you sound English," and I guess it's how it comes out now. I'm not trying to keep it, I'm not trying to lose it.
Right.
Just,
It's just you. Let's see. We have one more question in the chat. Do you work during the day, and if so, have you inspired any coworkers to do the Tracy Anderson method?
Oh, I think they're scared. No, again, no, not really. No. No. No.
Yeah,
and I work for a small company, so it's not something. I mean, they know I'm crazy about it, but that's as far as it goes, really, on that. But I will say this: I have a long-time English girlfriend that I stayed in touch with, and she's just started the method. Last year, she's actually doing metamorphosis right now.
Wow!
And I've known her since we were 16, 17 years old, and it's just incredible. And she's just started doing it. So, Jane, if you're watching, there you are.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that it is, and she's doing great. She's doing fabulous.
We've got a couple more questions coming in the chat, which is super fun, so keep them. From Peyton, she said, I've been doing the beginner for about a month. It's still super hard for me. How long should one stay on a level before moving up?
Are you talking about streaming, or is she...
Streaming.
Okay, streaming. Okay. I feel it is. I mean, let's face it. I mean, it's not an easy workout, and even beginners is certainly not easy by any sense. I would suggest. I mean, probably when you're doing it, take off all your weights. Check your form. Make sure your form's good. Don't feel you have to stay with the reps. Maybe if you feel Tracy's going too fast for you, maybe slow yourself down.
Yeah.
Once you feel that you've got that down, then maybe add your weights on. And once you feel that's comfortable, then maybe try intermediate. Do the same thing. Take all your weights off. Go at your own pace. And then just go from there to attain. The thing is that when I started streaming, and I'm sure you can probably relate to that. I mean, there was beginners, and then there was attain. There was no intermediate when I done it. So it was kind of like I had to go from beginners to attain, and I'd done the same thing. I went real slow. I'd done as much as I could when I went into attain, and then when I felt comfortable with my form, then I started adding the weights like Tracy does. So. It's just really paying attention to your own body, right? I mean, that's really what you really need to do. Focus on how you feel, and if you can feel you can do a bit more, then do it. I mean, obviously don't injure yourself. I mean, certainly don't want to do that. So
I think that's one factor is that you're building the strength and the balance to be able to get the complicated moves in attain. But all the workouts are hard. Like, even if I do beginners, I'm like, this is killing me. How can anyone say they're not ready for attain?
I mean, there's always those moves, isn't there, where it's like, oh my goodness, I'm never going to get this.
Yeah.
And I still do. We had the headstand a few weeks back. Oh no, just no. And I will say this: I tried it once. Okay, and I was actually surprised I did get my legs up in the air, but then I flipped right all the way over, and that scared me. I said, "That's it. I am not going to do this again. I'm not going to, injure myself. I know my limitations now, and and always modify if you, So,
exactly. Yeah. Tracy says that too. If there's something that you can't do, and all of us have different, whether it's knee issues, whatever they are, like. Modify the move, but I think that especially for people, if they're wondering if they should go up a level, they should just try it, and they would be surprised. Especially if you've been doing beginners for a while, you have strength and muscular structure that you don't realize you have.
Yes. Yeah. The other thing too I want to just comment on is the fact that even though I took 2 years off when, and I didn't exercise during those 2 years at all, I really think what helped me back into streaming was the fact that I had that history of doing metamorphosis and continuity. And even though, I was so out of shape, I still felt after like a few months of going into streaming that it had like muscle memory, if that makes any sense. It was almost like my body knew what to do. And it is. I mean, metamorphosis and continuity is a great program too. And
yes, absolutely.
And I think it's a really, if you're wondering where to start with Tracy, I think that's a really good program to start from. Or I think the mat or the that's another one that's really really good.
Yeah, the Perfect Design series and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, you can't really say like one product is any better than the other. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think sometimes with the metamorphosis, you really kind of build yourself up, especially with doing the half an hour, and with it being kind of a more you and Tracy vibe, and then like getting into streaming, it's more exciting. There's more people in the class and stuff,
right.
But I think that's benefited a lot of people of doing metamorphosis.
Yeah. And I also want to comment too. When I first started, I mean, I was in pretty good shape when I started metamorphosis. I probably had about 10 pounds I was maybe wanting to lose, and I will say this. I think the one thing that, I know you had asked me this before, but I just thought about this too, is that how fast the results were when I did start metamorphosis. I remember, I think 2 weeks into it, and I started seeing changes, and I was like really impressed with that. And I thought, my goodness, if this is what I can do in two weeks, what am I going to be like in 2 months? And I think that's what keeps you going too, And the same thing with streaming too. I mean, the results, they're pretty fast. They work pretty fast in my opinion,
Yeah.
It's incredible. I mean, what can you say? I mean, you can keep going, right? So,
right. We have another question from JC, who's quite the interviewer. She would like to know, can you tell us about what it's like to be an accountability coach? And was someone an accountability coach for you when you started your transformation?
Not really. I basically felt that was something out there. I'm going to go back to my age again. There's not too much information out there for women my age, in regards to diet or anything like that. And, I went through a lot of things with just people telling me, well, you're in your 50s now, just accept yourself. You're going to have some weight around the middle. You're going to have, you're going to be overweight. Just accept it. Know your limitations and stuff. And that wasn't acceptable to me whatsoever. And it's just really what I've researched and what I've done. And I just think there's a need out there for accountability coaching, and that's what I do. So yeah, but for me, I had to do my own research on that. So yeah, your answer is no, I didn't.
We have another question in the chat from Seattle, Tamily.
Hi there, how are you?
When you don't feel like working out, what pushes you to do it?
My energy levels. Knowing what I feel like when I don't work out pushes me to get out of bed and do my workout. And then like I said before, I always say to myself, I really feel down that day and I just don't want to work out. I think I'm just going to get up, get dressed, do 10 minutes of arms, that's it. But like I said, by the time I've done 10 minutes of arms, I want to keep going. So, that's what really works for me.
Yeah, I think that's a really good theory, because if you really are too exhausted or something like that to do the workout, you're going to feel it in that first 10 minutes and know, okay, I definitely shouldn't do it. But if not, you're going to know I should do it. And that's that honest conversation to have with yourself.
And, that's the thing. I mean, you just say to yourself, I'm just going to get up and I'm just going to do 5 minutes, and see how I feel. And maybe that 5 minutes for that day might be enough for you. But at least you're doing something, and really, that's it. I know how I feel. I work out 6 times a week, and I know if I take more than a day off, I feel lousy. So I know for me, it's like I have to push myself to do. But that's, I think that just goes with kind of how you feel. And I just know with myself and my energy levels, I just need to do it. So I really push myself.
We're getting tons of questions in the chat. I just have to say, we might not use all of our other questions. From Alexandra, she would like to know, does your amazing hubby film your whole workout for you, or just your favorite moves?
He's great. He's absolutely my number one support. He films a lot of the moves, and he loves to do it. And thank goodness he does, because if I was doing it, all you would see is my feet. I mean, I can't do it. I just can't do it. And he's just so great. And he'll film me just once a week, and yes, he does. He's great. But he's also, he's a very good photographer, and that's his hobby. So it's kind of like he enjoys doing it too. So, definitely.
That's awesome. And that's awesome to have this support too.
Yes, it's so important to have, if you have a support system, it's so important. It really is.
We have another question from Tracy Fit Family Life.
Hi, Tracy.
And she would like to know, were you as lean and fit before menopause with any other fitness theory?
When I was doing metamorphosis, I was slim. When I ran, I was slim, but this is the thing. I was slim, but I wasn't in the shape I was in now. My body had a different look. My legs have never been as lean as they are right now. And even I would go back into my 20s, they just weren't. I mean, I always had bigger thighs, and this program has really, really leaned me out incredibly. And so, no, I think Tracy Anderson and the way it's shaped has been great for me. And there's another thing Tracy has said in the past, and it always kind of resonated with me, and I think it was during metamorphosis when I did. But her whole thing was, about the two sculptors. That she's one sculptor, and if you go to another, have another fitness you do, like I don't know, kettlebells or whatever, you're having like two sculptors chipping away at your body. So you're never going to be that balanced, and that's kind of always resonated with me on that remark. And I, for one, just will always stay with that method, and always stay in one lane, because I totally agree with that. And I've seen it in my own body. Just doing one thing consistently, you will get balance and results.
Yeah, that's a really great point. That's a great kind of metaphor to understand that.
Yeah.
JC would like to know, do you use heat and humidity in your TAM cave, and do you have any advice for doing that?
I don't. I've never used heat and humidity, and it's not because I don't want to. I can't where I'm doing it. For me, I don't think it had really affected my results whatsoever. I don't know how my body would look with it if I use it, every day. But like I said, I do go to the studio, and I have worked out in it, and it is great, absolutely. But I think you can get really, really good results without it.
Yeah, you definitely can.
And especially, I don't think women should be scared not to do it, because it's like, if I don't have this, I'm not going to get the results. You will still get results, even if you don't have it.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of the time, in the beginning, you don't want to jump in doing everything. Like, you can
get overwhelmed.
Add weights later. Add the heat and humidity later if you can. Like, you can.
You don't want to overwhelm yourself, don't you?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll never do your workout. If you're having to worry about this, all you want to do is get in there and just do your workout, and make it as simple for yourself as possible.
Right. So that you will do it.
Yes.
Nicole has asked, you were at the Vitality Week with Dr. Siddiqui. What was your greatest takeaway from his lecture?
Oh my goodness. There's so much. Just just to be yourself, but just to be yourself and not worry so much about what other people think of you. Because at the end of the day, they don't care. I mean, it's not that they don't care, but they, I think we spend so much time worrying about what other people think and feel about us. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really make a difference. I mean, it is. And there's just, how can I say, he's just an amazing guy. He's very funny. And I just loved his approach. I just, I would definitely say if anyone hasn't read his book, I mean, you would definitely get a feel for that. He made some interesting points about disease and stuff, and how we react to them, and that can really, I'm not really good at explaining this really. You have to excuse me, but it's just it's very deep, and it's life changing, his stuff, and yeah.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get the book. I've heard such good things about it.
I haven't done the cleanse in the book. I need to do that one of these days, but I think it's a good thing to probably implement if you do read it. Yeah.
When you do it, you'll have to let us know, because I'm a little afraid of it, but I'm very curious.
Me too. Yeah.
Shannon would like to know, how often do you do the class twice? I think you've mentioned before repeating the class, and how often do you do that?
Ooh, repeating the class. I don't think I've ever repeated the class.
Okay.
You mean like doing that same back to back?
Yeah.
Oh, no, never. I will say this though. If I have the energy after my workout and I feel energized and I feel like I could do a bit more, I will maybe put on beginners or even the fundamental and just do the arms, and that's it. But to do back to back, oh no, that would to me that's so that for me would make me so inflamed. I just couldn't do it. Yeah.
Let's see. We have another question. You mentioned bad knees. How do your knees handle a tane? I find that fundamental is the most that I can do, and sometimes have to alternate with beginners.
Okay, that's a good question. When I had bad knees and bad hips, that was when I was going into metamorphosis, and I felt that the whole muscular structure really helped my knees. So I don't have a problem with my knees anymore. I certainly would have I certainly won't try it and go out running again. I don't, but I just feel I don't have that knee problem anymore, and I certainly don't have the hip problem. And I think it's because the muscular structure has really help those muscles around those areas, and as so I don't feel any pain anymore. I will say this: if your core is probably not strong when you start the method, yes, and you have a tendency to sink more into your shoulders, and you have a tendency to sink more into your knees and hips. I think that's probably it's really when you're doing her method, realizing what you're lifting, like you're lifting your core up and making sure your form is correct. Because if you're feeling it in your knees and you're feeling it in your shoulders, your form's a little off. You shouldn't be feeling it and putting the move into those areas.
Yeah, exactly. This is kind of a question about form as well. Not being able to kick my legs as straight as Tracy Anderson is very discouraging. Like I'm wasting reps doing the wrong form. Have you experienced this? And if yes, how did you overcome it?
Okay, if I'm in a mood where for some reason I'm just not getting it, or I just can't, I will basically, first of all, I'll slow the move down for myself. I always watch the breakdown. I think that's excellent results too. And I've watched those breakdowns like maybe 2 or 3 times, and especially if there's a move that I'm just not getting. And I really try and focus on not doing as many reps, just focusing on my form, and obviously I do not keep up at the speed. So but just really paying attention and just really trying to work on it. And even if you can only do like 5 reps of that move, it's all good. It's all fine.
Yeah.
But form is everything.
Yeah, I think sometimes when it's a tough move, you try to like speed through it, and instead you need to slow down and realize like each part of it. Like speeding through it, you're definitely not going to get it correct.
Definitely.
We have a question from the Jackie Sutton, and she would like to know:
Hello, Jackie.
Are you enjoying your 50s more than any other decade?
Oh my goodness, am I? Oh, I'm a crazy 50-plus year old now. I'm sure. I'm having so much fun right now. With my wardrobe. I mean, I'm wearing things now that I would never wear in my 20s and 30s. I never had legs. I've never had legs, and now I feel I have my legs. Mm-hmm. So I'm wearing skirts, and they say, do not wear mini skirts if you're over 50. Well, sorry.
Right.
I'm wearing them.
You do if you do, Tracy Anderson.
So, yeah, and it's kind of that, and again, it's that, the confidence it gives you. It's amazing. And you get to the point where, hey, I'm dressing for myself. I'm not dressing for anyone else. And if you're comfortable in dressing how you dress, go for it. I mean, who's to say you shouldn't,
Exactly. Tracy, what are some challenges that you have faced in doing the method?
The challenges, like I said in the beginning, were the hips and the knees, and I was a little bit worried about that, especially, and I think everyone has that same thing. It's like being on all fours. You always worry, oh my goodness, it's going to be. But the amazing thing about it is, if you stay at it and you're consistent, you do build strength around those areas, and all of a sudden you don't have the pain anymore. It's kind of like, I know when some ladies, they have the wrist problems when they start the method. Put some towels underneath it. Put some towels underneath your knees if you need it. There's always options. Always things you can do. Yeah.
And I think sometimes people will first start and say, like, how do you guys deal with this wrist pain? And it's like, it goes away after a very short time.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I find too, what helps is like when you keep in your, like this, rather than flat sometimes. Right. I mean, I don't always keep my hands like this. I kind of move them. If they feel better down, I put them down. If they're, I keep them up a bit. Yeah. But it's just, don't be uncomfortable. Move to where you feel, you don't have the pain. Absolutely.
Exactly. We have another question. Thank you for being my big sister in this summer's Tamily Friend Contest. Because of you, I received 1 year of streaming. What are your thoughts for a contest next year?
Hi, Sigrid. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I missed the last part of that question.
What are your thoughts about a contest next year?
Wouldn't that be fun? I had so much fun. I had so much fun on that. I hope Tracy does it again. That'd be really kind of cool. And it's great. And I think it's kind of cool, to introduce people to the method. I think it's, it's a really good way. And having that competition, to have that 1 year was kind of really cool.
Yeah, I mean, even if we didn't, win something that's that big of a deal, I think it would be super.
And what was really cool about it was that it kept me consistent too, because I had to feel like I was having to Sigrid was fabulous. I mean, she was doing it every day and posting. Yeah. And it kept me consistent too. I go, oh, Sigrid, I better get on there.
Exactly.
So
and especially to celebrate new people to the method and stuff, because I think sometimes people think, oh, well, these people have done this method for a decade. I'm never going to be like that. And we were all at one point in the first
month. We all had to start from somewhere, didn't we? All of us. Yeah. So,
I'm just checking if there's another question. Yes, Shannon wants to know if you count calories.
No, never, ever. I take that back. Prior to the way I eat now, yes, I did. I've done everything. I've done Nutrisystem, Jenny Craig. I think the cabbage diet, was one I done. Oh my goodness. I did egg diet. I mean, there's so many plans out there. But ultimately, at the end of the day, what you got to do is you got to have a lifestyle in the way you eat, and you can't look at your diet as like a quick fix and think to yourself, well, I'm going to lose this weight, and then what do you do? You know, it has to be a lifestyle, and it has to be to the point where, you know, and this was one of my challenges with food was, okay, so I've lost the weight. How do I keep it off? Because once you get into that maintenance thing, that's where the work comes in. You have to kind of experiment with yourself to figure out, well, how can I maintain my weight and be able to have some treats when you want to have some treats? And you know, it's a lifestyle. You can't. There's no such thing as a quick fix, because quick fixes are what they are. They're quick fixes, and then you gain all the weight back.
Yep.
You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have a question from Keisha. She would like to know if you have any advice or tips for postmenopausal women that are just beginning Tracy Anderson. She's getting her 67-year-old mom the start TAM.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's special. Just take it real slow. If she's going to start beginning streaming, just have her do a few minutes. I mean, you know, if you can't do half an hour, then don't do half an hour. I mean, even if you just do like 5 to 10 minutes, you know, just maybe doing some arms, get yourself, do some of the leg exercise. Don't feel you have to do all the reps. Slow it down. Don't put the weights on. You know, make it as easy as possible for yourself, and just enjoy the process. I mean, and then try to, like, every time you do it, go a little bit longer. Maybe do a few more reps. I mean, you know, make it your own. Make it, you know, don't feel that you have to keep up with Tracy. I don't think, you know, that's the goal there. Just go at your own pace and do what you feel is comfortable.
Absolutely, that's great advice. We have a question from one of our most favorite people who always asks questions, which is Aggie. And she would like to know, what is something you think everyone should do at least once in their lives?
TAM.
That's a great answer.
TAM, absolutely. You at least try it one time, right? So, I would say vitality would be the next one, and if you are already tamming, and if vitality week's not an option for you, try to go to a studio and do a class. I mean, that, you know, I think that's, you know, especially, you know, if you love TAM, it's so worth it. It really is. Get to know the experience, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, we know vitality weeks are a little bit of an investment. But the studio is an amazing experience too.
Yeah.
Especially if you can coordinate meeting some Tamily. That makes it just amazing.
It is incredible. As I said, you could talk online, but to actually meet someone in person, I mean, it just takes it to another level. I mean, I've truly made some really great friends through this community, and I just shout out to Sharona and Danielle. They're my friends. I mean, they're just great, lovely ladies.
Yeah, who would ever think we would meet people on the internet and then be great friends?
But this is what's so wonderful about this community. Everyone helping everyone, and you know, it's so positive, and especially in the world that we live in, we need that. You know, just this positive energy, and you know, no negativity. No, not whatsoever. You know, we all support each other.
Exactly. We have another question from Jackie. She said, aside from TAM, what are other anti-aging secrets that you have, like maybe favorite skincare products?
Okay. Skincare, well, that's a big can of worms, isn't it? I'm terrible. I change all the time. I kind of, like, you know, my skin's obviously, now as I'm getting older, it gets drier. I go from Lancome, I go on to Estee Lauder. Right now I'm looking for something, to be honest with you, I'm looking for something else right now. I like to go a little bit more natural. I just haven't found a real natural product line that I like so far, but I'm really trying to look more into that. I always think keeping things as simple as possible is the best approach. I do like collagen. I do take collagen in my shakes. I think that has been a real help. And in fact, the thing I felt with collagen is not so much, because they always kind of say, well, it's good for hair and it's good for skin. Yes, But also what I've noticed, it's really good, like if you are working out and the recovery time. So if you have like sore muscles, I find that having the collagen is actually helping me recover quickly.
Okay.
So that's a good thing. I drink tons of water. I do. I think that's very important.
Definitely.
Yeah, and sleep. I mean, that's important too. Making sure you get a good night's sleep. Just basic stuff, really. I mean, when you come down to it, it's common sense,
Yeah, so. But get away from that, because we make these other priorities and then think that you can live on a small amount of sleep and neglect yourself and not, drink enough water or eat healthy, and it's easy to veer away from that.
Yeah, and I think when you're younger, you can get away a bit more. Mm-hmm. I remember when I was a teenager in my 20s, I didn't sleep that, when I wasn't sleeping that far. I mean, and you look so fresh and great the next day, but as you get older, the freshness kind of goes. So, you need the sleep, definitely.
Exactly. And I mean, especially doing a workout like this, you need to make sure you have proper nutrition and rest. I mean, otherwise you can't expect that from your body.
Yeah.
What is something that you have personally learned from Tracy through your journey?
Personally learned from Tracy, you are how you move. That's always been one of my favorite quotes from her, and I truly believe it. As we get older, our posture seems to go, and we seem to want to slump over more. It's really made me be aware of when I stand up to keep my posture straight, and and keep that. I think that's one of my biggest takeaways. It's just about making time for yourself. Whenever you work out, it's your time. It's your time to pay attention to your needs and your body, and to switch your mind off all negativity. That, to me, has been another big takeaway with her method. And just being your own, your best self, basically. You're not competing against anyone. You're just wanting to become the better you.
Excellent. We have one more question in the chat. The person said, this question may be a little TMI, so pardon me. But it seems that the onesies, bodysuits with leggings are popular for tammers. With tam moons, do you find it uncomfortable, wedgies anyone, with wearing bodysuits? I know my favorite one, you also own it. So tell us about that.
You're talking about the heroin, sparkly. Yeah. Okay, I absolutely love that. I mean, the thing is that the actual bodysuit is actually a bathing suit, is my understanding.
Yeah.
So it's very, very comfortable. Mm-hmm. I like bodysuits myself. I think you're not kind of like everything stays into place, so you're not kind of like having to shift and got a top or something on. I guess finding one that is a good fit.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think the funny thing is I have a long torso, and I know that everyone said, well, if you have long torso, you can't wear them. I don't have a problem with that, but I guess everyone, everyone to their own. But I do love the heroin.
Yeah.
I love that whole line. I've got purchased like a whole one-piece black one that I think Tracy. Terrible. I see Tracy where I go, she's like, I gotta have that. Okay, but I said, it's like a one piece. I call them unitards, with their legs in. Yeah. And I just think they're just so comfortable. I mean, to me, I work out in them, but I also go out in them too. Mm-hmm. I mean, especially that sparkly one. I throw jeans on that. I mean, it's a good night top, So
it is.
Yeah.
But I think it is about finding one that's the right fit and that it's size.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're made like very small and they can be very uncomfortable.
Oh,
For the heroin ones that you mentioned, the straps are adjustable.
Yes.
They seem to be sized very well.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Well, we're coming close to the end of our time, and we almost exclusively ask live questions from the chat, so we appreciate you answering questions on the spot. Instagram will cut us off in 5 minutes because they're very serious about only streaming for 1 hour. We would like to ask, while you have this audience with the Tamily, is there any other advice or anything else you would like to share with them?
Just consistency, feeling your best, doing your workout, keep, if your motivation's not there, discipline, find something that you enjoy. If you're stressed, if you're really stressed out during the day, get your workout in. It's the best stress reliever. Just do something. Even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes of arms, get yourself moving.
That's excellent advice. It really is. Well, we do have a little bit more time, and of course, a few more questions came in the chat. So I'm going to try to quickly ask you these. But MB Panda would like to know how many leggings you own.
Oh, my goodness. How many leggings do I own? As my husband would say, too many, probably. But an account? It's scary.
Probably.
I'm sure it's over 20. I will say that.
Tam at 51 would like to know what your favorite music is to Tam to.
Oh my! I loved Freebird that time. I thought that was fabulous, especially for the arm section. I said, that was really cool. Mm-hmm. I like it's so funny because that's another thing I love about doing the streaming is that I don't necessarily tune into the current music, but I kind of hear some stuff and I go, oh, I really like that song. And I will kind of make a point of trying to find out who sings it. Never heard of them, but I will make a point. But it gives me a whole repertoire of whole music. So I'm really enjoying that. But generally, I'm an 80s girl. I love the 80s music. I like rock and roll. Mm-hmm. I like some of the old 70s disco music. I'm kind of all over the place on that. I like a lot of stuff. I won't say I just like one certain music. Right. I like a variety.
Anything with energy.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you again, Tracy, so much for interviewing with us and sharing and, being open. We love seeing you on Instagram every day and your inspirational workout videos and your outfits. Those are my favorite posts.
Thank you. Thank you, Suzanne. And I enjoyed watching you, and you're just amazing. Every day, you're incredible.
Thank you very much. And thank you so much. We hope you have a great weekend. Bye.
Thank you. You too. Bye. Bye, Tamily.